Hello, let's talk about another library that we are going to discuss today. That is App Intro Slides. The library has been made by Paolo Rotolo, and the developer is from Italy. And a couple of libraries that the person has made, a lot of them are interesting ones. We chose this one. You can use this library to give an introduction of your app to your users, and they will get to understand the functionalities of the app in a pretty much awesome way. So let's get inside the Android Studio. Uh, you can see here that we have mentioned the library here. So you need to put this thing in your build.gradle module app, and after this you will be able to utilize all the classes and methods that have been designed for this library. Now before we move ahead, let me give you a demo of the app now. So this is the app. As you can see, the first screen appears which has an image view, and then there's text written there, hello. If I click on the bottom right corners arrow, then I'm taken to the next slide. So you can give your introductions here, as in what the app will be doing, and then you can on this slide you can talk about the useful features, and then remove ads, another option that you can give. And finally, this is the last slide, and when the user clicks on done, they are taken inside the app, right? So this is how you can use this library to give an introduction to your users. Now here we are inside the app, and as you can see that we are right now in the manifest. So there are two activities that we have used here. The first one is main activity, another one is my intro activity. So this is the activity which is actually utilizing the library's capabilities so that you can show the introduction the way we just showed in the demo. Because it's a launcher activity, the main activity, let's start with main activity. There's a simple layout here, activity underscore main, which is having a simple text view which says inside the app. So you can look at it in this way, that after the user is done with the introduction, they should be taken to this layout, right? Now, as you can see, we are creating a thread here. We want to do all of this work on a separate thread, which is named as intro thread. And inside this, as you can see, we have a run method here, which is true for any thread that needs to be executed. Here is something which is shared preferences. What we are doing is that because it's an introduction, in case your user wants to skip introduction, or for that matter, in case your user is using the app for second or third time, they would not want to see introduction time and again, right? So what you need to do is you need to put preferences here into action. So what you do is the default value is false for this boolean, that is first start. And in case, sorry, the default value is true, and as you can see, the default value is true. So the first time when the app gets launched, this value is supplied to this boolean, and then we are checking if it is first or not. So because it's the first launch, you will get default value as true, and this code will get executed. What is happening in this code is we are starting the activity from this current main activity to another activity, that is my intro. This all is happening inside on create method. We are also making the edits in the shared preferences. As you can see, intro required here, what the default value is true, and now we're going to give it a value of false, because now the next time when the on create method is being called, it's not going to be the first time, right? So this is an important thing that you have to understand, and that's how it works here. So now let's talk about the second class, which is doing all the introduction work. Here is the second class. As you can see that it is extending the app intro class. This is the class that the developer has or the author has actually designed. An amazing class which is getting extended by my intro, and it has got lots of functions inside it. Again, it has an on create method which is being used to prepare some slides here. As you can see, these slides, you can prepare a slide by calling a method add slide. This method has been developed by the author, and the method takes an input argument as string. The first argument is string, so you can mention a the title of the slide. Then you can give another description, which comes below the the text hello. And then we have a drawable icon delete. You can give drawables here, you can give images here. Like, you if you remember, there were images showing up in the middle of the screen. And then of course you can also give the colors, different colors for different slides, right? So this library basically allows you to create slides for your introduction, right? And all of this is being run through a thread. All right. Now, one thing which has to be understood here is that we are using fragments here. As you can see, the name is also suggesting the same, app intro fragment. Although that does not mean much to you. I mean, you don't have to really work on fragments here, but I wanted to make sure that you are aware of the fact that this is all being driven through a fragment. Then what we are doing here is we are calling show status bar as false. We don't want the status bar to show up for the introduction, and that's why we put it as false. Different colors you can put in, and there are a couple of methods which are available. So whenever you press done, if you remember at the last slide there was a done button there. So when you will press on done, then this method will get called, and what it does is it again calls back the main activity. So this is the main activity, the same activity which launched this activity. You're taking user back to the main activity, and you're also finishing up this current activity, that is my intro, right? In case skip is pressed, then again you are taking the user to the main activity. And just for demonstration purpose, I've put some toasts here. And then on every slide change also, you can capture that slide change and do stuff accordingly. Now because it's just a demo app, we have not made a lot of introduced a lot of stuff inside this app, but of course you can do a lot of things here. On done pressed could also contain an audio, small audio clip or audio sound, which is basically welcoming to the user to your app. Then for every skip you can do a couple of other actions. Basically the author has ensured that for every important task or every important action that happens, you can capture that action and make the changes to the app as per your requirement. So this is how the app has been made, and that's about it. A pretty interesting app. Really like the idea behind slides to give an introduction. We've used fragments here. In case you have any doubts or anything you would like to know more about this library, do put it in comments, and like the video, and share it with your friends, and of course subscribe channel. Let me know if you have any of your libraries or any particular library that you would like me to explore. Take care. Bye bye.